Hey, what is going on everyone? My name is Blade and welcome back to this week's video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Jhf.art skin tone alcohol markers. I will be demoing these markers in this video, plus giving a small review. So here's just a little bit of backstory before I start. I have only been doing art for almost 7 months. I haven't used a lot of alcohol markers. I've probably spent maybe 4 months with alcohol markers. Probably less, to be honest. But today I decided to get some good skin tone ones because, you know, everyone loves a good skin tone, especially when you're doing manga or any other thing like that. So what I will be drawing today is a Kigurumi kid in a manga art style, and for the suit I am going to be using some shuttle art alcohol markers. Okay, let's get on to the main markers itself. So Jhf.art has 36 skin tone alcohol markers. If you want to see what all the colors look like, I will flash up the coloring DIY card pack that was supplied with it. You did have to color in every single one yourself, but don't worry, I saved you some time and I did it for you. The only one I did mess up was on 301. I honestly do not know how to pronounce that. I don't even know if that's English, to be honest. That's a joke. And as we can see right here, my art skills really do show, because I'm definitely a professional. Gross. In this set, it does include 2 highlight pens, which I was very surprised to see. I've been looking for some highlight pens, some white highlight pens, and Jhf did supply these in their 36 color set, so that was very cool, thank you. Alrighty, I'm going to stop talking for now, and I'll continue when we get to the actual skin tone markers. Okay, so here we go. 326 Baby Skin Pink. This is what I will be using for the front of his suit and more. So as you can see, this is a double tipped marker. One side is a brush tip and the other is a chisel tip. Brush tip is good for doing more details and getting in there. The chisel tip is a great side for wider strokes and quickly coloring in large areas. The black I did want to try the black in the Jhf set, so that is what I colored the top of the eyeballs with. So the other markers I believe I used was the fruit pink, and for some of the shadows and other stuff, I most likely used a 306 dark suntan. Okay, so for the main face here, I'm going to be using a 330 eggshell color. And I'm going to be doing multiple coats over it. The only thing I actually struggled with on this was their highlighter pens. I've never used one before, so maybe it could just be me, which I'm willing to accept. But I did find it hard for the ink to start coming out at first, but towards the end, it actually was starting to be a lot easier. I could get in there with a lot more details, but it took about 10 minutes before I could feel comfortable with them. Okay, so you're probably asking, are these markers worth the money and should I take a chance with them? So the current price is $29.99 and I was extremely happy with all the colors it came with. You can definitely do many different art styles and you could get some real nice details in there. I do feel like the ink flows a little bit fast, but because I'm not as experienced, maybe this is absolutely normal and they flow perfectly fine. I never really had a problem with it. It did take me about 10 to 15 minutes to fully get comfortable with them and start getting in for those little details. But once I was, they felt really good. I liked them a lot. The brush tip is pretty soft and it feels really good for those small details. The chisel tip is pretty good. The only thing I noticed was it looked like there were scratches on the finished product. But you know what? Maybe that's just bad technique. I would have to come back and check that out another time to see if it was me or if it was the markers. So that I'm not 100% sure on. Okay, so I know a question you probably have is, how do they blend? Is it good? Is it easy? Or do they not blend very well? For me, when I put the 310 blush in, it blended out pretty easily. When I first put it on, I got a little bit nervous because it kind of looked like the kid got slapped across the face. And I was like, this is not going to look good anymore. But once I put over more of that eggshell color, it blended out really nicely, made it a lot more even. After it dried up, it looked really good actually. So yeah, I would say for the small experience I have, it worked great for me. But of course, if you're more experienced, you probably would say something else, but I don't know. I wasn't using any specific marker paper for this specifically because I don't have any specific marker paper. This was just from a sketchbook I found at Joann's, probably for like half off or something, so it worked pretty good for that. I'm sure if you used any other paper, it'd work pretty good. Alrighty, so if you're thinking about purchasing these markers, I would say yeah, go for it. I liked all the colors that it came with, so if you want some good skin tone ones, I'd say it'd be great. I'd say give these ones a shot. They feel pretty good. I like them a lot. So the bleeding situation for these ones is the Jhf.art ones were fine for me. They didn't bleed onto the other paper. I did keep an extra sheet of paper underneath it just in case it would bleed onto it. And I couldn't find anything from the skin tone ones. I did see a little bit of bleeding through my shuttle art markers, but that's for a different video. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. If you did find this channel, you should stop or take a look around. If you like any of the other content you see, consider subscribing. We're pretty close to 2,000 subscribers, which is pretty crazy for me. So if you want to help with that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys later.